Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome into On Rhythm Fantasy Sports. I'm your host, Jamie, and I have my main man on the other side. We have Eli. So, what's a cracking before we get into everything else, real quick?
Oh, Okay, I was like grooving out to that theme song of ours. It gets me every time. Gets me every time.
Oh,
I want to jam out. I want to do some air guitar. But no, it's Wednesday night. Out of rhythm. We're back. Better than ever. Some might say. Got some good stuff. We're gonna touch on tonight. Kind of keep it a little bit shorter because we know that we've done a lot of marathons, especially doing the 8 weeks of division guys. So tonight we'll keep it a little shorter. But yeah, always great to be with my main man, Jay Dizzle.
damn right,
Oh man,
man. Yeah, it's
oh
I
man,
mean,
so excited.
it has been a long time. Well, not a long time. It has been a long couple months because I mean, 4 weeks of divisional previews, each divisional previews, and AFC side and whatnot. It's just it was actually just kind of nice just to kind of just chill out, relax, and whatnot. So. Oh snap! Crackle pop! Somebody's got us actually on freaking their television. So everybody, I'm actually in a. I know, right? I'm actually in a IDP league. I started on the commission needs a TD a TL for a drink. Yeah, damn right. Um, so let me recap real quick here. I actually did an IDP auction league on Sleeper just to try it out, and we did a $400 budget, and I mean it's kind of been fun. Big D's in it. I got a bunch of other newbies in there as well, so they kind of their first time, and I'm like they're the first time doing an IDP league and auction and stuff as well. I mean, this is my second time doing an auction, and it's actually pretty fun. I mean, if you think about it, we somebody bid on Jefferson for like 110 odd bucks, so there goes their budget out of $400.
Ooh, ooh!
I
I
know,
just
right?
burned a hole
But
in my pocket just hearing that.
right? But it makes it fun. It's everybody's kind of been, everybody's been having fun. It's enjoyable, Then you kind of get down to your dollar values and stuff like that. I mean, I got sauce for about $12. I mean, yeah, I wish I could have gotten them for a little bit less, but I mean, it's kind of one of those things, and somebody just got away with JSN for like $6. That's a steal of the draft right there. Right there is a steal of the draft. But yeah, before we
that
get into everything
that's
else.
dirt cheap because, like we were saying. Yep. Hey, Eric, how you doing? Yeah, no, I love you were talking about Drake London, like we were off the air. I got Drake.
Yeah, yeah.
Jay got Drake London for $7. JSN for 6. I mean, these are steals, man. So yeah, if you guys, hell, man, maybe we'll do a mock auction draft before the season starts. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a little bit, or I can join in on one of these ones that Donovan and Jay are doing. But yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's IDP league. It's nothing like I was actually in one last year where it was just like a full defensive roster. Way too much work. And I remember doing it because I remember you kind of helping me out that freaking years ago. And I'm just like, fuck all this shit. No way. I was kind of out of it and whatnot, but I simplified. Yes, I've simplified it. So I mean, I kind of mocked one of our other members' leagues in the Discord. I thought it was kind of fun. So pretty much one DL, two linebackers, and one DB. Simplified with your defense. No kickers or nothing like that. And I find kickers is they're starting to be kind of obsolete. People are kind of getting out of it. I mean, yeah, kickers are right to a point, but I mean it's getting to that age where kickers are just kind of like they're not even be involved in fantasy anymore. I don't believe, but hell, it is what it is. Kickers are still gonna be involved into some extent, but yeah. Um, let's see where we at
I
here.
I, I like that. You're trimming the fat. You know,
Yeah,
kick.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, how many fantasy matchups have been won by kickers? I mean, realistically, I mean, once in a blue moon, you'll have Justin Tucker score like 19 points that week. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad they don't use kickers or any goofy stuff like that.
Yep. But yeah, if you guys can, join our Discord. The link is it? I think, yep, the link is in the description, so I just had to think for a moment. Yeah, go ahead and join our Discord where you can actually get some more questions. If you want some questions answered, you can, football season is around the corner, so, I mean, draft questions or whatever I mean, we're gonna kinda maybe try to do a little bit of college stuff too a little bit, I got a college league on fan tracks, I've been kind of diving into some college stuff as too as well, trying to get what I can ready for our draft. It's a little small. It's only 8 leagues, but a lot of stuff in there. So join our Discord, and then also jump over and join all of our Apple Pods and Google Pods, and we're on Spotify as well. So just get over there. Hit that bell for notifications. If you can, that'd be awesome. Leave us a review. I mean, I'm not going to really pinpoint. We haven't had a review yet. I mean, it will help us get noticed just a little bit more too as well. But yeah, we also had a couple new subscribers. So we're at 40 people now. 40 people. I mean, yeah, I mean it's exciting. Maybe we can get 50
We're,
before this
we're
starts. Hey, we're 40 famous. Whoop whoop. Sorry,
well,
no
hell,
sound
man.
effects.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, no, and we're not, and we'd like to spread the gospel, spread the word about this. So yeah, I mean, football season's around the corner. So yeah, let your friends and family know that they need a little bit of out of rhythm in their lives Wednesday night, or you can like Jay was saying, we're on Spotify, a couple other Podbean, we're a couple other spots. So especially Spotify, that's my
Yeah.
personal favorite. Go back and watch some of the archive content. I we love those division reviews, and I think it's going to help people a lot. So if you haven't, checked any of those out, we already combed through. So,
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
especially with that Russell Gage injury today, I didn't put it in the scroll at the bottom, but quick, I was going to put that in because that just happened today. So, hell, that's gonna open up doors, more targets for Mike Evans and Godwin until Mike Evans is inevitably traded. But I don't know. Maybe there's a young kid from the Bucks that Jamie liked. He might get some targets now, or more for Cade Otton, the second year tight end.
yep,
So it's stuff like that we comb through on those division shows. So go check those out.
yep. There was I'd seen speculate I'd seen somebody I was actually watching another stream. Someone said Traylon Burks got hurt. So I mean he
Yep.
might have
Yeah,
a late
he's out a
knee
couple
injury.
weeks.
Yeah, so so this might bump up, Hopkins a little bit at least. So I mean, with Traylon Burks not being there, this will bump up Hopkins, and then then the other big question is too is Jonathan Taylor. What do we do with Jonathan Taylor? Even with him kind of playing games, I just shouldn't say mind games. It's kind of it should happen. Even though he says he's kind of injured, but he's not injured. Then he's not there at camp because personal reasons. So it's kind of like he's still getting paid, but it's kind of like he still wants a trade request too as well. So it's kind of like, you know, I'm not drafting him in the first round. That's for sure. Maybe
Hell no.
second, maybe third. But I mean, people are gonna be like, "What? No way!" I
Where
mean, if go ahead.
I was gonna say, where is this guy? This guy's out of his damn mind. Like, where is he gonna go? Zeke signed with the Patriots. Dalvin Cook signed with the Jets a couple days ago. Like, can be a feature back. That's not already, or the Saints. They signed Darrell Williams. He's gonna be a backup running back. So they've already got insurance for Kamara. So I'm just trying to think around the league. Where could he go? I mean, maybe Chicago. Maybe an upgrade over Khalil Herbert. But are the Bears after? I mean, are the Bears really going to go all in this year? Possibly. I mean, that's just off the top of my head of a team that could probably use a frontline running back like Jonathan Taylor. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think he's overplaying his hand.
yeah, it is. I mean, this is kind of his last contract deal. I mean, he wants to get paid again. So I mean, yeah. I mean, even though they're not going to trade him, but he wants to be traded. He doesn't want to be there anymore. I mean, I can get it, but I mean, at least he showed up at training camp the other day. Now he's gone, so it's just kind of one of those things. It's kind of like, God dang, dude. It's hard to say. I'm not. messing anything with the Colts this year at all. So it's kind of like I'm out. I'm out on that. So, um,
I
was there
you know
any?
what? Two quarterback league, Anthony Richardson. Two quarterback league, Anthony Richardson. Sign me up because he's going to be the whole. Remember in WWE. Remember Rob Van Dam. You know the
Yeah,
whole damn show. That's going to be Anthony Richardson with the Colts. He's going to be the whole damn show. But if you got stocks of Pittman Jr., if you got stocks of some of the tight, it slips my mind. Jelani Woods, I know he's one of their tight ends.
right.
You got any of these guys? Stay the hell away from them. The Colts are going to be an absolute train wreck, but Anthony Richardson's going to be fun to watch, and his fantasy numbers, I think, very similar to what Justin Fields has done the last couple years. You know, I don't know if he's going to go for as many rushing yards, but Anthony Richardson definitely two quarterback league. Draft him, and draft him often.
Yes. While we're kind of just talking in here, I'm gonna share our actual our IDP draft here quick. I actually just got Pickens for $10. Um, let's see here.
Nice. Ooh.
I know I just missed out on the Dallas defense. I tried to get it for like $1. Somebody else bid it up. So I mean, somebody got the Dallas defense for a couple bucks. I'm down to, so it is kind of interesting because it's I was doing some mocks, or not mocks. I did an auction on Yahoo, so it's a little bit different. This is kind of, so we're kind of out of rhythm, guys. Yeah, this is kind of a little orthodox. We kind of do things a little orthodox sometimes. That's just us. So at the top here, it shows their max bid and how much, so pretty much max Fran's 16 here. He can go 104, but he's got a total of $112. So I mean, I got have max of 14 and then a total of $21. So I kind of spent some of my money, but it's getting down to, dollar bids and stuff like that. I was kind of doing a mock last night. So I was kind of like, well, I was with the amount of bids and stuff like that. I was kind of like, hey. So you can kind of see here, Jefferson went for $115. Cup went for like $65. Hill for 103.
Jesus.
Yep. Let's see. Garrett Wilson like 85. Brown went for $80. So pretty much Cup and Chase were the highest guys out of the draft that went pretty high. QB wise, I got Herbert for 45. Prescott went for 14. So because it's getting down there a little bit. The highest was Mahomes for $80. Josh Allen 55. So this kind of gives you an idea of what this mock auction looks like. So you can see right now Darren Waller is up for bids, $8. So I mean, he's probably gonna go cheap because everybody's running out of money. But I mean, overall, I mean, this is kind of neat, a little bit different. If you're not if you don't like snake drafts, auctions are pretty fun. They take a little bit longer, but you have people are more involved. They're a little more chatty. So I mean, I like them. They're different than a snake draft.
Yeah, no, it looks fun. Looks like definitely something I'd like to be a part of.
Yeah.
And just my thoughts, running over some of those numbers that you went through. I like
Yeah.
that Justin Herbert value at 45. For a quarterback. There's a reason why Dak went for 14. He is what
Yeah.
he is. He's
Oh,
very
oh
mid,
yeah.
very average.
Well,
But yeah,
that
some of the other skill position guys, we talk. Yeah, there's Darren Waller. I think $8 is a lot for Darren Waller. I think he's going to go cheaper here.
yeah,
He's
he went
to
for
me, he's
$8.
shot,
$8.
but
Yeah, I mean, 90. I think he'll get some good value later on. I mean, everybody's going and washing him out. It just seems like there's a lot of people that are on him. So Njoku's up for I mean, Njoku, I think he's like a top
I
10-ish
love
guy.
David Njoku from the Browns.
So I mean, with everybody with whatever they got left, they're going to get some good value for cheap here. I mean, this is getting down to there's some guys that are missing a lot of areas yet. There's some running backs that need to be filled, wide receivers. Defenses wise. So I mean, it's still got a little ways to go yet, but we're getting down to the dollar bids. So I mean, a lot of this stuff's going to go. I mean, Bosa went for $8. Watt went for 15. Um, I tried getting my Micah Parsons. Some guy took him for $26, a little bit high. I mean,
Jesus.
yeah,
He went
yeah,
$11 more than TJ Watt. Holy shit.
yep. Yep, I like Parsons a lot, but yeah, it's crazy. It is. I got Richardson here for $19, and I got Pickens for $10. So I mean, these are gonna be some good late values down the road. I mean, I'm a Sauce guy. I like Sauce last year. I got him actually on waivers last year, which is crazy.
I like the
So I mean,
Sauce too.
I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be liking the Sauce this year. Um, we'll just kind of watch this last one. Amari Cooper, he's already for $8. I mean, I've kind of got good set of wide receivers here. I got Lamb, Smith, Judy, London, Pickens. I could bid, but do I really want to bid? No, I want to try to
I
save some
would.
for.
I think, you know what? from what I've seen from Thompson Robinson, Dorian Thompson Robinson, the young kid that played he had a good preseason game.
Yeah,
Two of them actually so far. That kid could sling it. If Deshaun Watson doesn't watch it, I mean, that kid could be in the starting lineup and he could be the one
yep.
throwing it to
I just put it offered in for $14 for Cooper, so we'll see.
good.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm out.
Mari's an ageless wonder, dude.
He is.
Amari
He
Cooper
is.
is going to be good for a couple more years. I think this
Yeah,
guy's
I
he's
think
an age
so.
like wine.
Yeah, but yeah, other than that, somebody else got him for $15. I'm gonna try to get some other values somewhere else too a little bit. I mean, we still got some ways to go yet. I mean, there's still quite a few rookies out there, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on it. I'm not sure who is up for. Oh, so Ken AB is up for nomination. But yeah, that's kind of gives an idea what the sleeper mock draft looks. Not mock draft. Geez, I can't think now. Live auction draft on sleeper. It's just new. They introduced auction drafts on sleeper, so I wanted to try it out, and that's kind of what it kind of looks like. Everybody, it's kind of neat, kind of fun, a little bit different. Yeah, your results, Queen and whatnot on the side. You can go through and whatnot. So Keenan Allen's up for $12 right now. I mean, for a number one wide receiver, $12. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, Mike Williams is still up yet. Quentin John. I think I got Quentin Johnson.
Did you get
Nope,
Quentin?
I didn't. Nope,
Oh.
I didn't. I don't think I offered him up yet, but he's still out there yet. So I mean, there's still a lot of drafting to do yet. So, but yeah, I'm gonna stop this, and we'll kind of get back to our main topics. We're gonna talk about Zeke, and we're gonna talk about some preseason takeaways as well. So, but yeah, that was kind of everything. I
Back to
mean,
your
it's kind of neat.
regularly scheduled program.
Right? But yeah, I don't mind it. So I figured I'm like, well, everybody, whoever's in the chat, come join us and put some comments down in the comment section and whatnot. Join us and whatnot too as well. So Keenan Allen went for $16. Not bad at all. But I watched some. So I watched some preseason. Did you catch any preseason at all, Eli?
Yeah, little bits here and there. Like I had mentioned, Thompson Robinson. I picked 5 players, and then I have kind of a sleeper guy that I'll talk about in the Book of
Yeah.
Eli segment at the end. But he was another guy that stood out to me so far. I think the Browns have played 2 games, and he's slinging it. And there's already reports. It's not just from me. I mean, from experts that are saying like, Deshaun Watson better pick it up. I mean, he looked pretty rusty last year, and if he wants to keep it, I know he's being paid a bajillion dollars, but if he wants to keep his job, ahead of this kid because he can sling it. So I've been impressed with him. I don't know what to make of Bryce Young. I mean, like I said, this is preseason. These are rookies. It's hard to pile on top of these guys, but he just looks small. He is, dude. He's like Kyler with less athleticism and a better attitude. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He just looks tiny. Him and Aaron, there's a picture of him and Aaron Rodgers together, and like standing. And Aaron Rodgers isn't that big of a guy. He's like 6'2". He's not even that big of a guy, and he just dwarfs him.
yeah, it is. I mean, to see Bryce and CJ Stroud, they didn't look that great. I mean, Stroud had, he actually got sacked a little bit more than Bryce Young did. But yeah, I mean, this is all kind of debuts and whatnot. It's still early yet. It's still early, honestly. In my eyes, we still got some more preseason games to go yet, and if we can get Bryce a few more, some more work during the preseason. Let's get Shroud some more preseason work. He didn't really look that great, but I mean, let's. There's some other wide receivers in that offensive system I like as well, and hopefully, maybe something can come arise from their offense, but it's a long shot.
Yeah, the Texan, like I said, we'll get to the Texans. Like there's a receiver young guy I really like a lot that they might have hit a home run with, but and that might bail out C.J. Stroud because, as you know, I'm not a C.J. Stroud guy. A lot of these rookies in this class, I'm very iffy about. I'm like, of the whole crew, I'd say my
No!
best. Yeah, if I were to put stock in someone from this whole draft, it'd be Anthony Richardson, like quarterback wise,
Yep,
because
yep,
I think
yep.
Bryce Young is tiny. I just worry. I don't think he's going to put on 20 pounds of muscle overnight. CJ Stroud, he's working with this ain't Ohio State anymore. Like he doesn't have the 5-star running backs and the 5-star receivers, 5-star tight ends, best offensive line. He's not working with that anymore. I mean, the Texans have been a train wreck, since Deshaun Watson left.
Yep. Big D, if you're watching,
Will Levis.
you.
Yeah.
F you, Big D.
Yeah.
Big D, I hate you.
Help the cause.
I just
Will Levis, he played a little bit for in that Titans game. Will Levis, he doesn't do anything for me. Some of the younger guys, we'll talk about two of the. There's one young guy I like a lot, and he'll be in my 5 here, my preseason 5 coming up. But that's my analysis so far preseason. It's what I've observations.
Yep. To get off topic real quick, I just put up James Cook for nomination, and I just got outbid for him by Big D. That's why I was saying, Big D, you suck. So, but no, other than that,
he's watching our stream. He's undercutting people in the auction draft. I see how it is.
He is. But anyways, let's kind of get into this here, and it's so what we got up here is Eli's top 5 takeaways from the season here, and you can kind of get into that a little bit.
Oh, 5. Yeah. I got 5 on it. Yeah. It's excellent. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And they shouldn't piss that away, Eric. I mean, like I said, Deshaun Watson's got to pick it up. If he wasn't, a $230 million quarterback, he'd be in a lot of trouble. Because, like I said, this Thompson Robinson kid can sling it. Sign me up. Another rookie that can sling it. Stetson Bennett. Ooh. Rams stole him in the 4th round. He looked like you'd expect Stetson Bennett to look in a preseason game. I mean, he looked solid. He wasn't. You'd expect the completion percentage to be a little bit higher. It was about 58%, but didn't turn the ball over. 191 and a touchdown, just solid. Nothing wrong with that. Sean Clifford, 5th round pick from where the hell was he? A Penn State guy? Yeah, he was a Penn State guy. Sean Clifford, 5th round pick, had 2 bad picks. I didn't like that, but with what's in front of him, the way I look at it, Bennett's going to take. Yeah, you heard it here first on the rhythm. Stetson Bennett's going to take Matt Stafford's job by 2024. If Stafford doesn't if he gets hurt, this kid's in, and end of story. This is Brock Purdy. 2023. I saw how good he was at Georgia. And so get your Stetson Bennett stocks right. You can probably get him for $1. probably 50 cents in your auction draft. Sean Clifford, because we don't know what we're going to get from Jordan Love. Some people think he's going to be a game manager. Some people think he's going to, he'll get benched, or some people think he'll be a Pro Bowler. I mean, there's such a wide spectrum on where Jordan Love is at. So it doesn't hurt to kind of be aware. Clifford will be the backup. They signed the USFL MVP. I think Mago. He'll be the third string guy, but yeah,
Ooh.
Clifford will be the backup there. So kind of he didn't look terrible. I mean, he looked poised out there. He's running the offense. Put up 208 and a touchdown. Like I said, 2 bad picks there.
Yeah.
Austin Watkins had a monster game against the Jets. I liked what I saw there. He's
Yeah.
from what I saw, I think he's going to be a practice squad guy. I don't think that performance is going to get. I think it's going to be enough to get him a practice squad spot. I don't like he won't be cut in general because I think he was like the 10th or 11th receiver in the in the room. So it'll be a lot of work for him to break the roster. Definitely not the 53 man. I think he'll be a practice squad guy. But it was good to see. That they have some depth at receiver. A.T. Perry, they got big things for him. I think he's the fifth receiver with the Saints. Had 6 grabs, 70 yards, and a touchdown. Good player. And then my main man, this is another sleeper right here. Especially, ETN missed the entire 2021 season, his rookie year. So there is some injury history there. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to think that Tank Bigsby couldn't come in and at least take some carries away. If not, take the full load if something happens to ETN. So it's not a bad idea to kind of keep Bigsby in the back of your mind. He ran for 52 yards, 9 carries. So, and that's about what he was averaging in college. Probably 5.5 yards a carry, 5.8 there. But it's.
There we go.
Like I said, I have a couple other guys. I brought up Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I like a lot the QB from Cleveland. He could have cracked the top 5 here. I'll save my Tank Dell, Nathaniel Dell to some people. He was another guy that could have cracked the top 5. I'll talk about him in the Book of Eli. I liked him a lot. He had a monster game against the Patriots. I would say so far these are my 5.
Yeah, Tank Bigsby. I mean, he should be getting some work in there. I mean, he in the depth chart here. I mean, he is second to Travis Etienne. So I mean, these 2 guys are going to be on the field. I mean, D'Ernest Johnson was with the Browns last year. Jim Hasty. I think he was a 49er and came over from got traded or something. Snoop Connor. I mean, these guys. I mean, Tank and Etienne are going to be the guys there for sure. I mean, it's just a nice look for if Bigsby can get some more work in. I mean, this will be great for him because I think he came from. Nah, I can't think of it. Arizona. Was it Arizona? No, not Arizona. I was just looking at him too. I was looking him up where he came from. I can't remember exactly what college he came from. But yeah, I was in the kind of got sidetracked here. Yeah, because
it's fine.
That's why Auburn. That's who I was thinking.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. I was for some reason I was trying to think and I couldn't remember exactly what it was. But
they've had some really good backs come out of Auburn. You remember back in the day, Ronnie Brown, Cadillac Williams. A little guy called Bo Jackson. They produced some good running backs in the NFL. This could be the next one.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, that was kind of Eli's kind of takeaways, some guys he saw and whatnot. Me on the other hand, little bit different tune here. Puka Kanua, he's one of my my top guys. I kind of he had like 3 for like 30, 3 for like 38 and a touchdown. Man, some of the highlights I saw, not bad at all. I mean, maybe he can actually come in and actually be the third guy in this offense. Overlook some of these other guys. I mean, where is it? There we go. Yeah, like Tutu Atwell, Ben, and some of these guys. So yeah, if Puka, if he does this again in some of the next preseason game, I think his draft stock's going to be going up. And that's going to be one thing about it. It's with him kind of getting some recognition, touchdown from Stenton Bennett. Man, imagine if Stafford. We don't hope that, but I mean, if Stafford did end up getting an injury or something like that, Stenton and Puka already kind of have a one-on-one rapport. That could be the next Cooper Kupp Stafford kind of like stack. It's
how about this? How about Stetson Bennett, the quarterback? You have Puka and hopefully a healthy Cooper Kupp, and then that damn Van Jefferson, but he's almost out the door. and they trade for either Jonathan Taylor or Josh Jacobs. How about that? I like that a lot. Yeah, Caddy Williams. Thank you, Eric. Jeez.
Taylor,
Yeah,
Taylor
I
to
Puka.
hmm,
Yeah.
that would be
I think
kind
because we were talking a little bit at the beginning of the show about where a good landing spot for Taylor. I was thinking the Bears maybe, but
yeah.
Rams would be another good spot. You work with get a Puka's gonna surprise some people. I mean, people forget that Cooper Cup I think was a third round pick. So it's not like Cooper Cup was a top 5, top 10 draft pick. I mean, he was a third round guy and he turned into an all pro. So it's not crazy to think that they could that Puka could exceed expectations.
Yeah, and that's for sure too. My next guy is Trey Palmer. So we actually just got done talking about Trey Palmer in our no NFC South preview. So if you
Couple
want
weeks,
to
yep,
go back
couple weeks.
a couple weeks ago, so if you want to go back, take a look at that. We have a bunch of Trey Palmer talk in there. He's a rookie this year. He actually came from Nebraska. I can't remember which round he was in. I mentioned it somewhere, but um, second round. Okay, yep, second round. So, either way, Trey Palmer, with if it does look kind of juicy, I mean, I hope maybe you get in the offense a little bit more with some of their other guys not looking that great. I mean, maybe Trey Palmer can be that number 3 guy in this offense, even though they will have, Bart Baker as QB. Maybe hopefully that doesn't hurt his value some, but I want to see some more of Trey Palmer.
I think later in the year, you could in a year-to-year league, don't draft him because you're going to be able to pick him up on waivers. But long term, like what Jamie was doing, auction draft. Yeah, I mean, if you can get him late, dirt cheap. I think he's got a chance to be the Bucs' number 2 receiver. By as crazy as this sounds, he's got a chance to be the Bucs' number 2 receiver by the end of the year. Because I think Mike Evans for sure is getting traded. We saw what happened with Russell Gage. And I wouldn't mind that. He had a good career at Nebraska. I wouldn't mind that if I don't think that
Ooh,
if we get back to relevance with my man Caleb Williams in a couple years, I don't think he'll be,
yeah.
a number 1 guy or anything, but he's a good rotation guy. He could work his way up to number 2, and then I think Godwin will be the one. But yeah, I love Trey Palmer so
Yeah,
far.
yeah, they got Palmer in the number RB4 slot on Fantasy Pros under the depth chart right now. So I mean, if he does keep this up, I mean, he had a touchdown, which what I liked. I did mention to him about him too. I mean, he's still kind of raw. Still kind of raw. So I mean, he's still got to learn some of the route tree. I mean, yeah, he's a bigger guy, but I mean, he still needs to kind of get rapport with a lot of these. Get it acclimated to the NFL speeds and whatnot. So I mean, hopefully Trey can kind of be the next filling guy, maybe the next Mike Evans. Hopefully, maybe down the road. So maybe he can be that number 2 guy or number 1 guy down the road eventually. But I mean, you said Russell Gage was he got hurt.
He's done for the year.
Oh well, so yeah, so hey, so this should bump up Trey Palmer then. So I mean, yeah, I mean if you look at it, Palmer should be a wide receiver 3 then. If he's done for the
I
year, yeah.
and I need to make a correction. Accidentally said second round pick. He was actually the 191st pick. So he's going to end up being a steal.
That
I
was
mean, this
kind
is
of
a
like
late round guy.
third round then, right?
191st. I think that'd be a 5th or a 6th.
Yeah, I can't remember it either. I was
Yeah,
trying to remember.
you're a Bucks fan, Eli. You should know. You think I'm watching the third day of the draft? Come on now. But no, this kid's gonna be some great value, and you have to rebuild this Bucks team when you got Baker Mayfield at quarterback. Like if they want to have any chance, you have to hit on these late round picks, and I think he's gonna be a hit.
Yeah. So the next one is Anthony Richard. Just seeing this, I went back and kind of saw some highlights of Anthony Richard, and I was kind of like, at first, I was kind of like, yeah, he had an interception in there. Didn't have no touchdowns or anything like that. I mean, just a little sample size of him. But from what I did see, I kind of liked, he had some, nice throwing motions and stuff like that. A nice little deep ball and whatnot. So overall, he didn't look that bad. Now that they, came out and said, he's their starter for the year. I like it because now you can get the jitters off him. You don't have to worry about competing with,
Gardner
not
Minshew,
Gardner Minshew and stuff like
Uncle
that.
Rico.
So, No, I can't get Aiden Hutchinson. I can't get him. God dang it! But anyways, but yeah,
How
he went
much did Aiden go for?
$7. I can only bid up to
Oh,
like
cheap. Oh, yeah, I don't blame
$6.
you for being mad.
Yeah,
Guy's
I
a
was
beast.
pissed. But but yeah, Richardson he should actually, so with their, their mix of after, Andrew Luck, with, Rivers and all their mismatch of, all these other different quarterbacks, maybe it's a good time that they actually start, just start fresh, get a rookie in there, just go at it and see what happens. I love Anthony Richards. I just took him in our auction league, so I got him for $12. So yeah, he might be a dual threat. Might be a dual threat. Can he be like a Fields? Can he be like a, Lamar Jackson? That'll be a given. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what
That
happens.
the thing is like he's bigger. He's bigger than both those guys, and might even have a better arm. I
Yeah,
mean, this
yeah,
kid,
yeah.
like they coach him up, which is debatable with the Colts because they're kind of a train wreck, but they coach him up. This guy could be Lamar Jackson on steroids. I mean, he's got that kind of
Yeah,
ceiling. And
yeah.
yeah, I get your stocks. Get your stocks of him. He's going to make up for it in the run, especially if Jonathan Taylor is playing games. Like they're going to have to get the rushing yards from somewhere. And if he's going to struggle reading defense his first year, he's going to get 1,000 yards rushing.
Yeah, yeah. It's I think it'd be close. I mean, I think we had I don't remember. I think we might have said some projections on him. I can't remember exactly, but I mean, other than that, I don't know. Out of all the rookies coming out, maybe Richardson can be the better one out
I
of.
think I think he is. Him and Stetson Bennett.
So out of the QBs, would we rank Anthony first? Would CJ or Bryson? Do you like any of those guys?
I honestly, I know they're high picks. I know they're top 5 and they're the sexy names. I'll take Stetson Bennett over any of those guys. I'll take
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson and Stetson Bennett over any of those guys. If you were to put a gun to my head and say number 3, I'd say Bryce Young just because he's got a bunch of intangibles and he can read defenses and he's accurate. That'd be my top 3 in that order. I'd say Anthony Richardson, Stetson Bennett, and then Bryce Young.
All right. Yeah, I would probably go Anthony. I'd probably go Bryce. I don't know about. I'm trying to think here. Would I go CJ? I have
Sean
to.
Clifford.
Yeah, I would have to see another. I kind of want to see another game to kind of say if I. But as far as my top 2, I'll just say Richardson and probably Bryce Young right now. But so maybe next show we'll see a little bit more, and I can probably say a little bit more because he didn't really CJ didn't look good. He didn't look good at all. So it just because he had that offense at Ohio State, which made him look good. Now that he's with an NFL offense, he's gonna take his licks. That's for damn sure. I don't know. But let's get back.
Well, everybody remembers. They've had a bunch of quarterbacks. Off the top of my head, I'm just thinking of Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah,
Of guys that were like they got to work with 5-star. I mean, this guy got to work with Chris Olave. I think he got to work with Michael Pittman Jr. too. Maybe
yeah,
his freshman year or something. Just go down the list. Marvin Harrison Jr., who might be the best prospect in the last 10 years, coming out next year. I mean, he's been working with top, like first round receivers. It's like the LSU quarterbacks. Like LSU quarterbacks always working with first round receivers. Not a lot of
yeah,
them. Only Joe Burrow's really panned out.
yep,
You
yep.
know, but so it's the same deal there. So these Ohio State guys, I'm not a CJ Stroud guy, not at all.
Oh,
I'd stay the hell away from him in the draft. It's not a
so
fan.
yeah, the other thing too, I seen that Terrence Marshall, I think, ended up getting hurt or something like that. I seen
Yeah,
something. So
I think it's just day. I think it's just day to day from what I was reading.
but I was gonna say that should maybe bump up Jonathan Mingo then a little bit too as
Mingo,
well.
yeah, Mingo for sure.
Yep. So that should bump up. And then let's get to my fourth guy, Clayton Tune. Yeah, I mean, he had, 136 some odd yards. He had an interception. I mean, yeah, and a touchdown. Can he maybe be the starting, maybe can he be the starter this year maybe and just have
I you
the,
know what? I would
tank?
honestly, Kyler. Kyler, it doesn't. My thoughts on Kyler, and then Colt McCoy. You know what Colt McCoy is. I mean, if you want to go out there and have a 3-14 season and have you know below average quarterback play, sure, trot him out there. I'd give Clayton Tune a chance.
I
Ky-
wouldn't. I mean, I
Kyler
would. I mean,
Murray
not
ain't gonna be in.
I
He's
would.
not gonna be a Cardinal in 2024. Whether whether he goes back to baseball or he's traded, he ain't gonna be a Cardinal start of 2024.
Yeah.
So you might as well put Tune out there, and he didn't look too bad. I saw a few highlights on YouTube like of the Cardinals
Yeah.
game. He didn't look too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think so either. I mean, he had, 136 yards, touchdown, out of all these guys that kind of playing, he kind of caught my attention a little bit. And plus you mentioned him in our A's or NFC West preview as well. So, even though he's a rookie from Houston and whatnot, there was another guy that I think it was actually on the Jaguars. He actually blew up having like 150 some odd touchdowns, was the leader in some odd, under college thing or something. Though he was pretty high. That was a backup that was playing in with the Jags here against the Cowboys.
Oh, he had that was it like a last second touchdown against Dallas or like a game
No, like
winning
one of the QBs was playing
from
for
Jacksonville?
Jacksonville. His
Yeah, I thought
college career his college
I forget
career
his
was
name, but yeah, I remember seeing the highlights. Yeah,
yeah,
Jacksonville and Dallas. I thought that was what I
yeah, yeah. So
saw. But
speaking of Dallas, my last guy is I was actually watching that game. So I was actually watching a little bit of that Dallas Jaguar games. Deuce
yeah,
Vaughn,
yeah, yeah, Deuce Vaughn. Yeah, yeah,
man,
get up. Yeah, yeah.
right? We need to ramp this guy up like freaking pie on fucking something. I don't know, pumpkin pie and spice. I don't know. Don't ask me. But overall,
Yeah,
what I
cowboy
saw,
hat.
yeah, right. Deuce Vaughn, you know, they say he's 5'5". I was watching GMF this morning or the other day. They said he's 5'6", give or take. So this guy's smaller than I am, and dude, I mean, he had some nice runs. He had, I think he had 6 for like 60. 6.3 average. His longest was 26, and I did see that where he actually made two Jaguars guys actually run into them to each other, which was just totally crazy. He had a touchdown. I saw that, which is just totally nuts. But the way the guy moved, it was almost Barry Sanders like, just like holy crap, dude. I mean, he was breaking ankles, dude. It was just totally, totally insane. So I'm hoping, even though he was a late round, draft pick with Dallas, hopefully maybe he can make the roster and maybe plays just a smudge. Um, Ronald Jones, he's kind of injured and very, very possible he could be cut by Dallas. So, I mean,
He should
they
be.
have Malik Davis.
Guy's
Yeah,
terrible.
Malik Davis. Yeah, we have Malik Davis and somebody else as well. So hopefully maybe Deuce can maybe just squeeze in there just a little bit. But it's I need to see another game from Deuce, so just kind of see. I mean, if he does look better than Ronald Jones, yeah, Jones will probably be out more than likely. So,
And
but yeah, that's
yeah, Rojo, he doesn't even deserve a nickname. The guy's terrible. Malik Davis, I think will technically be the backup to Tony
yeah.
Pollard, but some of these guys, watching the stream might know this reference, and you probably remember him too, Jay. Darren Sproles. When I see
Yeah.
this guy, I think of Darren Sproles, the old Eagle and Saint, like just shifty. Probably could do a lot of different things. Probably can block. Probably can go out and catch passes. Nice change of pace back. That's going to be his role. He's never going to be a feature, 1,300-yard running back. That's not going to be his role, but I think he's going to be a nice compliment to Tony Pollard. And yeah, that definitely makes the 53-man roster. I think he's going to get a lot of playing time this year. I think this kid's special.
Yeah, I think so too as well. I mean, line back, that's for sure.
Oh,
But in the open field, yeah, why not? Just let him tear it up in the open field. I mean, let Pollard be more of the kind of that goal line kind of guy, or Malik Davis or whatever. But if they're in the open field, yeah, give this kid a shot, dude. I mean, he looked good. I personally didn't mind him at all, so I was just like, it's impressive. But I mean, don't it's just not rushed and overhyped, and whatnot. We still got a few more preseason games to go yet. So, but that was my overall preseason takeaway. I like Deuce Vaughn. I mean, I was happy what I saw. It kind of bumps him up a little bit, and I think he's still going undrafted in dynasty leagues. Hopefully, you got him in your dynasty leagues because you never know what's going to happen. I did in one of our dynasties. I actually did pick up Trey Palmer in one of our dynasty leagues here just a few days ago. I picked him up, and then I picked up Jalen.
Brilliant.
Yep, I did pick up Jalen Tolbert as well because he's looking better. I actually drafted him in one of our rookie drafts the year before, and oh god dang it, Kevion Thibodeau.
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau, yeah.
The
I was
Giants.
just gonna nominate him too, and yeah, I'm not gonna get my hands on him. God dang it, dude. But there goes that. But anyways, what I was saying is I got Trey Palmer in dynasty leagues. I picked up Tolbert. He's starting. So let me rephrase that. Tolbert's looking better. I drafted him one of my dynasty league, cut him because I was just like shit because he wasn't doing anything. So picked up Tolbert again. He had a touchdown in this game, so he was kind of looking. He's looking better. Let's put it that way. He's looking pretty damn good. So I picked him up in dynasty leagues. So if you're in dynasty leagues, just maybe snag Tolbert up just in case. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. But other than that, Tolbert is another guy to be kind of watching on as well, just preseason. They'll have they have Cooks here and as well as I can't not say I'm all thinking of the draft and everything else. um, can I think of it, who is it now? Who's their second guy? Gallup. Yeah, St. Gallup. Yep, Gallup.
Maybe this year Tolbert, because he had a little bit of hype coming into him before
Yep.
last season. Had a pretty good preseason. So,
Yep.
yeah, maybe Tolbert. I'd say number. I don't think it's out of the question to reach number 3. Michael Gallup isn't lighting up the world. It's gonna be CC and CD and Brandon Cooks. Those are gonna be the 2 receivers. But Jalen Tolbert could work his way up to number 3. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
I think
if you're still doing the auction draft, I was gonna say if you want to get a quality defensive end cheap, Trey Hendrickson from the Bengals.
Trey
Like if
Henderson.
you can't
Okay.
get your hands on Thibodeau or Watt or any of these guys, maybe try to get Hendrickson.
While we're
Yeah.
my handy dandy IDP, kind of gives some me some perspective on some guys who to go for and whatnot. If somebody win, I can go for the next guy kind of thing. So just kind of my reference. But yeah, there's some guys I kind of was hoping to get and whatnot. And Micah was one of them, but maybe I can get one of the other Dallas defense ends too as well. But yeah, so there was
Van Der
actually
Esch.
some.
I like Van Der Esch.
Uh,
He'd be a good linebacker.
oh yeah, Van Der Esch. I was thinking Lawrence, DeMarco Lawrence.
Oh, yeah, definitely him too.
Yeah. But since we're all done with the preseason takeaways, now our next big side of news. Holy man! Here we go.
They're flying high.
Yep, we got Elliott and Cooks. Eli kind of correct me. It should be Cook, but I'm like most of us are gonna be saying Cooks. So it to me, I guess it's to me it doesn't really matter too much.
I just say it for the trolls out there because there's losers online that nitpick the smallest stuff. And so yeah, no, Jay can pronounce and spell however the hell he wants because he's the one. This is our show. He puts in a lot of work. So yeah, you can eat a dick if you got a problem with that. But it's just my 2 cents on this. It's weird. It's weird seeing a Patriot logo behind Zeke Elliott. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he.
Yep.
I don't know what he's got left. I don't know what he has left. He's not going to beat out Ramondre Stevenson for touches, obviously. Stevenson is the feature back. I don't know where. I mean, you watch Zeke for years in Dallas. Like, where do you think he falls in? And then we know what Dalvin Cook's going to do with the Jets. I mean, with Breece Hall being back healthy, I mean that offense should be lethal. But I don't know. What do you think about Zeke?
It, I mean, Zeke's got a lot more carries on him than what Cooks is. I mean, I did. If anybody's watching, so I pretty much got their career statistics on our graphic here. I mean, yeah, I think they're both 28. Zeke doesn't really have quite any major injuries compared to Cooks, because he's still recovering from his shoulder injury he's had. So I mean, Cooks is not going to be jumping in. Breece Hall just got off the PUP, and so Hall's going to get in. He's going to get some work in here before Cooks actually gets on the field. Elliott, on the other hand, or Stevenson, he had some issues at the goal line, so I think Elliott's going to play that goal line role. So because he's actually had a few fumbles and stuff like that. So I think they come in. So I think Elliott will come in and actually be their goal line guy. So I mean, Stevenson's going to be their number one. Zeke will be their number two guy. But if it comes down to goal line work and stuff like that, I think Zeke will fall into that parse there. So that's where I think Zeke will be.
So yeah, I'm thinking. So he basically takes over the Damian Harris role. Damian Harris signed with the Bills. Okay, yeah, goal line kind of guy. Yeah, that makes sense, and he should be at this stage of his career.
Yeah. Even though he dips, he's kind of they're kind of off. Maybe him going to a different team might make him look a little bit different. I mean, hard saying, but this is the work he will be getting. He'll be getting some goal line work.
Eat him.
Cooks. Right? He'll be eating a bowl of cereal each time he gets in the damn end zone. That's for damn sure.
Lucky Charms.
What's going to be the crazy part is actually seeing Elliott play against the Dallas Cowboys, because I think they play each other sometimes. So, but yeah, other than that, Cooks on the other hand, and Breece Hall. I don't know what to really say, because there was a Facebook comment I commented on. I still said that I'm gonna draft Hall still above Cooks, and this guy went on and on and on. It's just like I kind of stopped commenting because I think you're just trolling me after a while. So I'm just like, yep, screw you, dude. Cooks, on the other hand, his defense was that Cooks might be a bigger guy, but overall, I mean, with all of his carries and whatnot, he's had 1,200 some odd attempts already, and how many shoulder injuries has he had already? Well, can he hold up to him running through the tackles like he has been? That's what it's going to come down to. I mean Hall's a little bit fresher, younger and whatnot. I mean, Cooks, yes. I mean, mentor to Hall and whatnot. I mean, is the Jets going to be all in to try to win a championship game? That's what's going to be
I think they are. And I like the move. He's got 600 less attempts than Zeke, so you would think he's got more tread left on the tires. But with his injury history, it's almost a wash, because Zeke doesn't have quite the injury history that Cook does. Zeke's been relatively healthy, so I think it's Breece Hall's. I think it's Breece Hall feature back, and I think Dalvin Cook is the complement, because I don't think you can trust Dalvin Cook an entire year. I don't even think I don't even think you can trust Dalvin Cook 12 or 13 games. I think he'll be good, maybe 9 games, 9-10 games, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know where's his. I was going to ask you, Jay, too, and then you probably get into that too. Where do you think he falls in the draft now, Dalvin Cook? Like, if you're,
that's
snake draft 12 team.
Yeah, somebody did an auction and got him for like $6. So, and I think I did another draft here too as well. So I'm assuming you can get Cooks will probably fall in the 6 or 7 range, probably more than likely. Somewhere right in there. He won't be a double-digit guy, but with his signing and everything. But I mean, if you already had him drafted, already, it won't really matter, I guess. So I mean, people are already, if you drafted him beforehand with him being a free agent and just hoping he lands somewhere, I mean, yeah, this was great for everybody who drafted him. They could have probably ended up gotten him at later in their drafts or whatnot. So, and Eric says maybe fifth round. I think that'll be still a little bit too high
A
for
little
me in
high.
the fifth round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably, seventh round. Seventh round. I could think he would fall into there. I mean, because I'll be still drafting Hall before him either way. Seventh round is pretty much the cutoff line for me. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be taking him a lot higher than anything, more than likely. But so complimentary, Cooks and Hall will be kind of they'll be like more of a Jones and Dylan backfield like alike. So this is what this is what it will be, what it'll look like in my perspective eyes. So you know until
And I'm gonna ask you quick too. I'll give my 2 cents. Better backfield this season. Stevenson and Elliott or Cook and Brees Hall. I'm gonna take. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm gonna take Zeke and Ramondre Stevenson. I think
I,
I think Zeke is gonna find his I think Zeke's gonna find a second lease on life and be take that Damian Harris role. And New England's gonna run the ball. I mean, Mac Jones isn't much, isn't much of a quarterback. So I think there's gonna be a lot of running out there. I think there's gonna be plenty of attempts for him and Stevenson. And yeah,
yeah,
because I think something's gonna happen. I think this is all gonna blow up. Yeah, I mean, we don't know about. I mean, Brees Hall's got all the potential in the world, but just coming off that injury, and then Dalvin Cook is, he's injury plagued. So I mean, this could all turn out super well, and they could be holding the Lombardi, or this could all blow up in the Jets' face and be 7-10, get their coach fired, and both running
yeah,
backs end up on IR.
yeah, and yep.
So I don't know what
And
you
I'm
think.
gonna have to. Yep, I'm gonna have to go with the Jets here. I mean, I like Brees Hall a little bit more than Stevenson. I mean, Cooks, yeah, he might be injury prone a little bit, but I mean, I like Cooks. I mean, he's got a little bit left. He's got a little bit left in the tank than Zeke does, and so I think he can offer the Jets a little bit more of a boost. I mean, it sucks for everybody else because you got Michael Carter, you know, Knight and Abanda in there, so it kind of sucks the rest for those guys if you end up drafting them. Cook's coming in and whatnot. When
Abanikanda,
you're
he had a good game too
Yeah, yep, he did. So
against
just
Carolina.
to quickly wrap this up, then we get into the book of Eli. I mean, yep, I would go with the Jets. Just I like the Jets a little bit better on this side.
Yeah,
That's
fair enough. But yeah, it's a good debate, and I'm glad these guys both signed where they did, because I think they've both got potential. I just, like I said, I like Zeke's situation a little bit more because they're not going to be asking as much of him. I think
yeah.
he's going to rack up those touchdowns and have some fantasy value. I don't know, real quick, where would you estimate Zeke going? Like in a 12 team draft, for example, like just a year to year. Ninth round maybe.
Yeah, maybe eighth, ninth. He might be falling that same round as Cooks too. I mean, who knows? They might be going in the same round together. So it's hard to say. I mean, with him not really getting, he might get 10 carries or so. I mean, with him kind of being more the goal line guy, you know, later rounds for sure, more than likely.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
Is it time?
Yep. Yep.
Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I can't see. Where am I at? Okay, book is open. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yes. All right. Got to get serious here. Yeah, as you guys heard earlier in the stream, love me some Tank Dell. He might have made Clayton Tune. Like we just talked about Clayton Tune not too long ago. They were both teammates at Houston. And Clayton Tune I think he threw 70 touchdowns in 2 years. A lot of them were to this guy.
Yeah.
Over the 2021, 2022 seasons at Houston, guy had over 2,700 yards, almost 200 catches. So that's like 100 catches a year, 29 touchdowns. So I mean, he's basically, his stat line, he's almost averaging 13 or 1,400 yards, 100 grabs, and like 14 or 15 touchdowns. I mean, this guy was an absolute beast. Comes into Houston, and he's got the chance to. We kind of brought this up when we talked about the Texans. He was kind of like a sleeper guy. We didn't have him in my top
Yeah,
five, or
yeah,
a lot of chutzpah, a lot of hullabaloo. But um, we probably should have done a lot more about Tank Dell. But this guy is going to be the truth. I mean, you think Jalen Hyatt's going to be good from the Giants? This guy might even be better. I mean, we could be
yeah,
talking about Tank Dell as a number one receiver before
yep,
too long, because there's not a lot
yep,
in his way in Houston. And CJ Stroud's going to need a guy, and why not have a rookie that you can build a rapport with, from day one. So he had 5 grabs, 65 yards, and a touchdown against the Patriots in the preseason game. I think that's only the start. And
yeah. I think
right now, they got him listed as the number 6 receiver. I just can't imagine that can't continue. I think by the end of the preseason, he'll be up to number 4 at least.
yeah, yeah. I think I was just seeing they had a dual practice thing against somebody, and Tank Dell had 3 touchdowns in that little scrimmage
Yeah.
off. So it's hard to say that maybe Tank Dell will come to be their number one guy there. Don't forget Mitchie too as well, because Mitchie
John Michie,
I
yep.
yeah,
He stays on the field. That could be a nice combo.
yeah,
Michie and Tank Dell.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, they got them as well. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting. Yeah, I want to see a little bit more with CJ Stroud and whatnot. So I mean, hopefully maybe he can get his feet underneath him the next couple weeks here, and maybe Tank Dell can. He was later round. I think he was like a 5th round or 6th round. I can't remember exactly. He was down there a little ways or whatever. I can't remember exactly. I have all the rookies in a Excel sheet. I'm gonna track them over the year and whatnot, and we'll see, because I want to compare last year's rookies to this year's rookies, and maybe that could be the next show. Talk about which rookies can be on the same level as 2022's rookies. So
Compare and contrast. Oh, I
yes,
like that.
yep. Or we can do a mock draft too as well. So, but yeah, I think Tank Dell will be a guy you guys want to watch for too as well. So
I think we have our next 2 shows lined up. So,
yeah,
yeah, I like the compare and contrast of the rookies. Give us an opportunity to talk about some more about some of these guys, and
yeah,
review what some of the rookies that popped last year did. And then,
yeah,
we'll do one more mock draft. We'll have to decide the format. Maybe you guys can help us. Give us some damn feedback, some comments,
yes,
something. Review. So give us something. I mean, Eric was great tonight. Big D's
yeah,
always there for us. But yeah, we need a little bit of feedback. So we want to know what kind of. 'Cause we've done 2 quarterback. We've done just the standard 12 12 team kind of snake draft. So if there's another kind of draft you guys would like to see, and they're always fun for us too. I mean, that's always a good time. And guess what? The book is closed, and that's that.
yes, it is. But well, everybody, I think that was pretty good, a pretty good show. I mean, just recapped everything from what we saw, and I know we'll probably recap again. I mean, we'll just kind of go over everything if anything else pops up, and I'll just kind of continue on too with this a little bit too as well. So, if there's anybody else that could get a bump up or even injuries or anything like that, and if anything else pops up, we'll probably end up talking about it. So, but yeah, I think other than that, it was a pretty good, decent show. We talked about a little bit about the Zeke thing and whatnot too as well. So thanks, Eric, for jumping into chat and joining us tonight. And thank you to all the new subs too as well that got us to 40 subs, which is great. But yeah, so other than that, try to get everybody in tuned and join our little family. If you can join a Discord, the link and everything should be in the description and everything like that. Because I think, yeah, I did put it in the description. So get in our Discord, come join us. Talk some football. Football's coming around the corner. Preseason's here and whatnot. So come on over, and join us. So, and if you guys need some more previews and whatnot, go back and check out all of our divisional previews too as well. So there's a lot of information in there as well. So if you guys have any other questions, go back, check those out, and we'll still be here. So go back, take those out or check those out and whatnot, and yeah, we'll probably see you guys again soon. So I mean that wraps up everything. So from Out of
I,
Rhythm, go ahead, Eli.
I was just saying quick. Yeah, we might. Yeah, we might do the similar format to next week. Maybe do a compare and contrast with the rookies, and then review week 3 of the preseason. And we did week 2 this week.
Yep.
And so that was a lot of fun. So yeah, you can expect probably a similar show next week. So if you guys tune in,
Yep.
and thank you everybody for watching.
Yep. If you guys have any questions, come over, ask us. I mean, we'll be more than likely happy to answer any of your draft questions or roster decisions and anything like that. So just come on over and ask away, man, because don't be shy. So other than that, from Out of Rhythm, I'm Jamie. That's Eli. We'll see you guys next time. Laters.